Today we are going to do the reverse. First of all, I have already included the stereo.h. It is for the print. It allows to print f and the scanf, and string h means why we are including, because we want the string length. We are going to use that. For that reason we need a string function. Now we'll start by declaring the variables. We need I, and we will declare the array, and I want to reverse. Let's say hello, right? And then what else we can do is now I want the length as well, right? So for that for that reason n is equal to string length and array. So this is for the length of the string. Why we have written here string.as functions? Because I need to use this one. For that reason I'm including string.h. Now okay, so we will print. So I want to print, okay, let's say original reverse original string is, let's say hello, right? So for that reason here I will include hello, and then here array. Now print f, I'm gonna include reverse string is, okay, here. Now we will start our loop. So for I is equal to n minus 1. So why I have written n minus 1? Because we are going to reverse our string. For that reason, so I is greater or equal to 0, then I minus minus. Now we can simply print here %c, now array I. So we will see in a terminal either we have written a right or wrong code. So it's right. So our original string was is hello, and our reverse string is in the reverse form, so OLLEH. So we will see in a debug as well how it's work. Main logic is n minus 1. So when I is equal to n minus 1 means n means how many we have, the length. So 1 2 3 4 5, so 5 minus 1 4, so 4 will print. Again if I is equal to, again it will go and again decrease 3 minus 1 2, 2 minus 1 0. So this is how it is going to print. But let's see now, let's run our code and debug it. Now we'll see. So here we are. We have already declared our variable. We have understood what it is. So it is for a length of a string. It is for this is our array. And now we will see the main logic, how it's going to work. So if I is equal to 4, because what we want, why I is equal to 4, because we want to print from the back. That's why first of all the 4 will come, then 3 2 1, and we have decrement our I loop count as well. So we print now O, now we will print, now it will be what, 4 minus 3, right? Again 3 minus 1, 2. In that case it will gonna print the L, and then 1, it is going to print E, then it is going to print H, right? So 0 means our first element, it is going to be in our last element. So this is how it is going to print our reverse. And after print, it will check either there is -1 value or not. If not, it will go out of the loop and return our main result, that is our reverse string, which is OLLEH. So this is how it is going to work. Let's start our next example of a string, which is a palindrome. Let's start. So we will first of all declare our variable, which is I. I'm going to assume I means a loop count, and a flag, I will assume it is a palindrome. So assuming the palindrome, right? So 1 means true, right? So we have assumed the palindrome already. Now let's say character array size also I'm gonna mention, right? Now I'm going to mention, okay, so I have mentioned I, flag, and character. Now let's print, let user print or enter anything in a terminal. For that reason, so it is going to show in a terminal, enter a string, right? Now we have to separate the data type, separate the data type, and then place the memory, variable memory as well. Now we can mention the int n is equal to the length, so which is basically a string length of array. So to include the string functions of a length, I've already included the string dot h, so it allow to use us the string length. Now we will use our loop. So how we are going to use, for example, palindrome example is, let's say madam. So when you read from a front and the back, it is sound, it is similar. So madam, madam. So I'm going to use the comparison logic. So if first element and the last element and the second element and the second last element is the same, in that case exchange it, otherwise it is not a palindrome, print it is not a palindrome. So I'm going to use basically that logic. And of course in a comparison we compare between two elements, and in the middle one we are not going to have a comparison, because comparison happen between the two elements. So in that scenario we are going to write I is equal to 0, right, and I is less than n by 2. So we are going to comparison between a two element, that's why. So I plus plus. Now we are going to write the condition what we have said earlier. Array, if array 0, which is the first element, is not equal to array of last element or a second last element, in that scenario flag is equal to 0. So make it a, it's not a palindrome, make it that element is not a palindrome, and stop the loop and returns that it is not a palindrome. So basically it is a logic only. The logic of this one is a comparison between the two elements. Now if flag is equal to 1, in that case print is palindrome. All right. Else is not palindrome. So this is how, if array of first element and last element, second element and second last element is equal, then print is a palindrome. Otherwise print is not palindrome. Let's see in our terminal. Integer string. Let's take one example which we have already mentioned, and let's see will it be a palindrome or not. So it is a palindrome because because we have written these conditions for that reason. So now let's say here Momo. Will it is a palindrome, or it sounds a palindrome, but is not a palindrome.